is CBS News.
Hiring's a lot easier with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. Then you add the spices, instant classic.
Order the Spicy Chicken Biscuit on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
Had enough of those little flies in your kitchen?
I did. That's why I got Zevo. I just plug in the trap, insert a cartridge, and let the light do all the work.
Zevo traps use blue and UV light to attract and trap flying insects with no odor, no mess, and no stress. Stop swatting and ditch the DIY traps. With Zevo, getting rid of bugs is as easy as
click, click, blue.
Zevo. People friendly, bug deadly.
The Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and online at WGNSradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Good morning, everybody. Johnny B. back with you.
Hey, hey, hey.
Johnny B.
Avento Lane, Mickey Rooney Gannon are here.
Johnny B, Mickey G, Avon. L.
Yeah. Well, guys, I tell you, Scott, I overslept this morning, and I was panicking. I'm not going to tell you what speeds I reached getting down here, but I was amazed that I made it in the time I did. But
you could mediate yourself out of a ticket.
Yeah. I tell you what.
Anybody could, Johnny B.
Johnny B again.
I tell you what, though, I've always despised being late. Always despised being late for anything. And that's amazing that when I was in college, working the summer, I got fired for being late to a job. But I knew it was just a matter of time.
Yeah. Hey, can we dedicate the show to somebody today?
Sure.
My longtime keyboard player, Tommy Nicheski, and his wife, Renee, who has the daycare, and I'm sure they're listening, are celebrating their 37th wedding anniversary, and we're doing it all weekend long.
Oh, great.
So, guys.
Happy anniversary.
Yes, sir, man. You couldn't ask for a better couple.
Well,
They set the bar high.
That's great. That's great. Well, I'm
really
happy. I'm always happy for couples like that can maintain that relationship. It's not easy to maintain it all those years.
No. And they got three great sons. I mean, they've just done it right.
I admire them and envy them.
Yes,
I really do, more than I can say. So, but that's a perfect segue. We're going to celebrate 3 birthdays today with music.
Whoa.
And the first
busy morning.
The first 2 occurred on July 20th. July 20th, 1942, one Brian Wilson was born.
I didn't know he was that old.
81.
Wow.
But think about a genius. Oh, my dear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my dear. Overcame partial deafness, mental illness, and obviously some second self-inflicted drug abuse, which caused brain damage, to be this incredible pioneer. Songwriter, singer, arranger, producer. I read the coolest thing about him. He said this is the first person in music history to use the studio itself as a musical instrument.
He did that.
And I said, wow. So I think this may have been the second song he wrote that went big time. The first one was by Jan and Dean. He wrote it, but they recorded. I can't remember what it was. It was oh well. So, you ready to do this, Micker?
Let's do it, man.
That okay, Ava? Well, since you put me down, I've been out doing in my head. Boom, boom. Came in late at night, and in the morning I just lay in bed. Boom, boom, boom. Well, Rhonda looks so fine. I know it wouldn't take much time for you to help me, Rhonda, help me get her out of my heart. Help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. 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 Help me, Rhonda, yeah, get her out of my heart. She was gonna be my wife, I was gonna be her man. But she let another guy come between us and it shattered our plan. Oh, Rhonda, you caught my eye, and I'll give you lots of reasons why. You gotta help me, Rhonda, help me get her out of my heart. Help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. 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 Help me, Rhonda, yeah, get her out of my heart. One more time, we say. Help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. 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 Help me, Rhonda, yeah, get her out of my heart. Get her out of my heart. Get her out of my heart.
Help me, Rhonda.
I bet you remember that tune.
Oh, yeah.
You ever done that one?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all ever done that one?
No, we like the Beach Boys, but we don't do any Beach Boys.
And you know, this late thing's been on my mind this morning because just this week with all these critical meetings we have been having, I've been working at the office, I've been working at home almost 24/7 on these critical cases and weekends, and then I come in this past week late for a meeting we were having at my client's office, and the head guy at the company fussed at me for being late, and I said I was having computer issues. He asked me, hard drive? I said, no, the commute was fine. It was my laptop.
Okay, you still work there?
He didn't send you home?
Oh, God.
June 20th.
No, I'm not going to excuse you.
June 20th, 1945, Anne Murray was born. A Canadian songstress who had, I think,
Beneath the snowy mountains.
That's right. Snowbird was the one that put her on her way.
Yep.
But I just think she had an incredible voice. And I was watching a YouTube of just, doing all this. I like to do research and look at things and think about how they do stuff. And she was on the Johnny Cash show, and I loved the way he introduced her. Johnny Cash was a multi-talented guy. He was a heck of a show host.
Johnny Cash.
He was good. What are you doing, David?
I'm just looking at the TV.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got his own screen over there like we have ours.
I got you.
See, there's Mickey. And there's John over there.
Yeah.
Is it backwards?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's kind of neat.
But anyway, it must have been a show around Christmas time because he comes on, and I thought Johnny Cash was great at hosting because he could really give deference to his stars and build them up and really showcase them. And anyway, his guest, he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, here's a Christmas present for all of us." And this is the part I love the most. He said, "The lovely voice of Anne Murray," and that's how you had to describe her voice.
She did.
She retired in 2008 and just hung it up and never looked back. Said she hadn't regretted it a second. And what I learned about her, she is one heck of a scratch golfer. Has an 11 handicap and was the first woman ever to have a hole-in-one in this New York golf club. Had a hole-in-one, and so she's enjoying her retirement. Moved back to Nova Scotia, her hometown, and never looked back. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
So this is and this was a song she sang on that Johnny Cash episode. I cried a tear. You wiped it dry. I was confused. You cleared my mind. I sold my soul. You brought it back for me and held me up and gave me dignity. Somehow you needed me. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me. You needed me. And I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it's true. I needed you. And you were there. And I'll never leave. Why should I leave? I'd be a fool. 'Cause I finally found someone who really cared. You held my hand when it was cold. When I was lost, you took me home. You gave me hope. When I was at the end, you turned my life back into truth again. You even called me friend. And I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it's true. I needed you, and you were there. And I'll never leave. Why should I leave? I'd be a fool. 'Cause I finally found someone who really cared. You held my hand when it was cold. When I was lost, you took me home. You gave me hope when I was at the end, and turned my life back into truth again. You even called me friend. You gave me strength to stand alone, to face the world out on my own. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me. 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 Yes, you needed me. Beautiful song.
Yeah.
What do you
now,
got there?
now, did she write any of her own songs?
Didn't find any she
none
wrote.
of them, really?
Didn't find any she wrote. That's a good question, because I was looking at that very thing. I wondered if she ever. I went through her whole discography and I didn't see a single one that she wrote. But she could flat deliver a song.
Yeah, there hasn't been anybody replace her. You know what I'm saying? And that
Oh, yeah.
stylization and that voice.
Never seen. And she wasn't flashy, at all.
No.
She was just always very subdued, almost like she was a little shy, and I think she kind of was probably.
Yeah, that was very attractive. That shyness.
It was.
Nene's kids say, "Good morning, Mr. Mickey, Mr. Avett, and Mr. Johnny."
All right. Hey, Miss Kitties, we're going to give
Now,
y'all
you want to
some-
hear some of her kids' jokes?
Oh, well, let's hear it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
This is sent in now from Nene's kids. So here we go. The first one is, what do you call an apple playing a trumpet?
An apple
A core blower.
core blower. A core blower? An apple playing a trumpet.
Uh-huh.
All right, and a picture of an apple
Mm-hmm.
playing a trumpet.
Well, you have to first see where its lips are, and I can't picture that.
An apple.
You call an apple playing a trumpet Tutti Frutti.
Woo! They've joined Johnny B's joke club with that one.
Now, Avett,
That's pretty bad.
Avett, you gonna love this one. You gonna love this one. What do you call a bunch of strawberries in a band together?
Strawberries in a band.
Strawberry jam?
Yeah.
A jam session.
Yeah, jam session.
Hey, thanks, guys. We love them.
All right, ask them this one.
Okay.
While we're still on, and we'll come back after the song, see if they get it. There's penalties always for being late.
Yes.
What did the cannibal get who was late for dinner?
Well, we're going to wait.
We're going to wait.
Okay.
We're going to let
What-
Nana's kids have first shot at it. What did the
cannibal.
the teacher, Nana may have to explain cannibal, but we'll give her time to do that. What did the cannibal get for being late to dinner? Okay.
Okay. All right. Answer coming after this song.
So, yesterday, July 22nd, go back to the year 1936, and it was Chris Christopherson's day of birth.
I'm a fan of his now.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
How would you explain cannibalism to a child in preschool?
Boy, I didn't think about that, Brian.
Just curious.
She may not want them to answer that question. Duh, me.
That's probably funnier than the joke.
Yeah, that is. That's pretty funny.
Children.
I just thought,
It's a little bit different than eating your mac and cheese, Johnny B.
yes. Yes.
Oh, no.
Brings a whole new meaning to getting your protein in.
We'll see if they have, Nana, you'll have the freedom to defer that question. I'll give you another if you choose to defer. But we're going back to June 22nd, 1936, when one Chris Christopherson was born in Brownsville, Texas. That means yesterday was his 87th birthday.
Interesting man. Interesting person. Even beyond the music.
Fascinating life. Fascinating person. Genius, of course.
A genius.
Why me, Lord?
You know, his
what a
dad was
song.
in the military.
Yeah.
They traveled all over. He ended up going to high school and college in California. Graduated from Pomona College, summa cum laude. Went on to Oxford.
With much praise.
Went to Oxford on a Rhodes Scholarship.
Oh, yeah.
Advanced degree in English literature. Then joined the military at his parents' urging and became a helicopter pilot. Graduated from Ranger School.
Mm-hmm.
Left that job or the military as a rank of captain and guess what? When he was in West Germany, he finished that tour and the Army said, we're assigning you to West Point to teach English literature as a full professor. And he said, nope, I'm going to go to Nashville and get a job as a janitor at Columbia Studios, is essentially what he said. And that's what he did. And his family disowned him at that point. Don't know if they ever reconciled or not. No one ever knows. But sweeping up in Columbia Studios, he runs into June Carter, gives her a tape to give to Johnny. He throws it on the stack with everything else.
Yeah.
So Chris also had a job later for Petroleum Helicopter Inc., flying people to oil rigs in the Louisiana Gulf. And he'd spend a week on the oil rig writing songs, go back to Nashville for a week and pitch them. He wouldn't get anything from Johnny, so he borrowed one of their helicopters and flies it to Johnny Cash's house and lands in his yard.
This is a great story.
That'll
It's
get something
true.
happen, won't
It's
it?
absolutely true. Now, the story gets mixed there of whether Johnny was actually there or not, but regardless, it got his attention. He listens to the tape, and we'll get close to the end. We'll play the song Johnny chose to record from that tape. He immediately decided he wanted to record it, and that was 1970 was an incredible year for Chris Christopherson. We're going to show you here how many incredible songs he wrote and were released that year. And he wrote this song coming up, along with another one, on that oil rig, as he wrote many. And we know that Sammy Smith in 1970 had an incredible #1 crossover pop chart, maybe #9 or something.
Yeah.
Man, you can't count the people that's cut this song.
I know, but hers still remains.
Hundreds.
It remains the most popular, the largest seller to this day, even though, and God bless her, she passed away when she was only 61. 79, she just vanished from sight, moved to Arizona, took up with the Apache tribe, went to work for them, formed an Apache band, did all kind of things. But she had 3 children. I got to tell you the name of her oldest son because it was just fascinating to me. This is all one word. This is all his first name. Zenith Apollo Star. That's his name.
That's interesting.
That's his first name, Zenith Apollo Star.
I'm sure they shortened that. Over the years, I'm sure they shortened that a little bit.
Zenith. Z-A.
But Chris was thrilled that Sammy Smith recorded this song, trust me. Put him on the map as much as any song ever did. Anybody. Take the ribbon from your head. Shake it loose and let it fall. Laying soft against your skin, like a shadow on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong, and I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow, 'cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. You guys can help me now. I don't care what's right or wrong, and I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow, 'cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Yes, it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Oh, I don't want to be alone. Help me make it through the night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wouldn't you like to have written that song?
Yeah.
You know what? My daughter Katie is doing a genealogy of the Blankenship clan for a Christmas present for all of us. And she has discovered some really unbelievable things. I've learned, you're not going to believe this, I've learned that my great-great-great-grandfather was a dwarf.
A what?
Dwarf.
Really?
Yeah, sad. He lived a very short life.
That is so bad on so many levels.
Here I was.
John.
Well, I hear they make good wrestlers. You went to a wrestling match.
Those are great. Those are great wrestling matches.
Yes, they are. They're whoo.
Boy, they are.
Hey, have we got anything from Nana's kids, or have they deferred?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Let me get it. Go to my messages. Oh goodness. They gave him the cold shoulder.
They got it. They got it.
Nay, you are the winner.
I tell you what, Nana went. She just won a Johnny B. and the Balladeer CD for her group there at her school.
Oh, how about that, kids? You're going to get your own CD of Johnny B.
That's right. And we're going to take
those
a commercial.
Cannibals. That one cannibal there had a friend, so there were two of them.
Yeah.
And they were eating a clown. One said to the other, "Does this taste funny to you?"
I've actually seen that one before. I didn't think of that. That's a good one, Brian. We'll be right back, all you wonderful people.
French's, the name to trust. French's, depend on us. French's, a great selection too. We take pride in pleasing you. Get brand names at a lower price. The French family really treats you nice. makes good sense to shop at French's. French's Shoes and Boots.
That's French's Shoes and Boots, 1837 South Church Street in Murfreesboro.
Learn to make money 5 ways with rental real estate. Double your money with apartments. And get your map to financial freedom. And that map starts with a free workshop. Sign up now at lifestylesunlimited.com. Click on the Join Free Workshop tab and attend online or in person. That's lifestylesunlimited.com. Lifestylesunlimited.com. Again, that's lifestylesunlimited.com. Limited seating, unlimited potential.
We're visiting with Jennifer Sanchez, manager of Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift at 1007 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
You're not just walking into just a big warehouse. You're walking into rooms. We've got a media room. We've got a boutique room. We've got a vintage room, a furniture area, kitchen, all that.
Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift.
Every day you go in there, I promise you it's changing.
Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift, 1007 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Online at steeredstraightthriftstore.org.
We're talking with Pat Wingo at Adams Place.
I just thank God every night that my sons did the research and put my husband and I here, because there's activities, there's great food, the people are awesome, the help, the staff is awesome. I thank God every night, and I'm so thankful for Adams Place.
Hi, this is Terry Deal at Adams Place. Call me for more information about Adams Place, located at 1927 Memorial Boulevard, across from Walmart.
It's Good Neighbor Events. Brought to you by the law offices of John Day, AmeriCare Pest Control, and Cardinal Realty Solutions.
Cardinal Realty Solutions, meeting all of your real estate needs.
Cardinal went over the process, so we knew what to expect.
Call 615-422-7035. Online at cardinalrealtysolutions.com.
Get it later from the paper or get it now from the radio. WGNSradio.com. We're News Radio WGNS 100.5, 101.9, 1450. Online and on your phone at WGNSradio.com.
Let's check those WGNS Good Neighbor events. There's a grief support group meeting every Wednesday morning at 10 at the St. Clair Street Senior Center. The St. Clair Street Senior Center is at 325 St. Clair Street. That's Wednesday mornings at 10. Oh, and if you need a gun safe, the General Assembly has eliminated all sales tax on gun safes purchased in Tennessee now through August 31st. And the Central Magnet School team for the 2023 Great Race leaves St. Augustine, Florida this Saturday morning, June 24th, and travels 2,300 miles to Colorado Springs, Colorado. And once again, they're driving that green 1953 Pontiac Chieftain named Bonnie. Good luck to you. That starts this Saturday morning, and WGNS will give you updates throughout the race. Let's go, Tigers. Don't throw away Old Glory. Bring your American flag to WGNS and let the girls from BSA Troop 2019 at Trinity United Methodist Church retire it with dignity.
Good neighbor weather.
We'll see a few spotty showers and thunderstorms possible late this afternoon. A blend of clouds and sunshine develops, a high in the mid-80s. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low near 63. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 65.
WGNS is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE has a solar expert and energy services supervisor to help its members understand if solar is right for them and help members avoid possible scams from outside parties. Learn more at mte.com/prosolar.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
And we're back. Thanks to all you wonderful WGNS loyal listeners. Thanks to all you wonderful sponsors. Thanks to Brian Barrett.
Producer Brian.
The only person I know who tells worse jokes than me. And,
at least he tells them when we're not on the air.
That's true. Yeah. He does have the wisdom to do that. I like that wisdom. Another song written on that oil platform from what I read. You know, I was It's amazing how many rock artists have covered Chris Christopherson's songs. Multiple. I was reading that Elton John covered one, so I went and watched the video of it, and I was amazed how much weight he had gained.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's causing them some health issues too.
So all I could think was, goodbye normal jeans.
Whoa. That one's going
know,
way down on the list, Johnny.
There are a lot of Elton John fans out there.
So, 1970 again. First recorded by Roger Miller. Did y'all know that? Me and Bobby McGee, first recorded by Roger Miller.
I can see that.
Then Chris Christopherson had a recording. I think it's on one of his, maybe his debut album. Then, of course, we know the iconic recording by Janis Joplin. It wasn't released until after her death in 1971. It became, at that time, only the second song to be posthumous #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 pop charts. You want to guess what the first song ever to be a posthumous #1 on the Billboard Hot 100
Now
pop
you're
charts?
gonna have to explain what that means.
That means this person has died, has passed away.
Gotcha.
Between the recording of the song and the release of the song. And that's what happened with Janis Joplin, God rest her soul. She and Chris Christopherson dated for a while, you know. And so he was thrilled to pitch her on this song, and she took it where nobody else would take it or could take it. Let's just say that. Yeah. So the first ever was Otis Redding sitting on the dock of the bay. He died in that plane crash between the recording and release of that song.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for the train, feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained, took us all the way to New Orleans. I took my harpoon out of my dirty old bandana and was blowing sad while Bobby sang the blues. With them windshield wipers slapping time and Bobby clapping hands, we finally sang up every song that driver knew. Here we go. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, and nothing ain't worth nothing but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues, and feeling good was good enough for me. Oh yeah, good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. In the coal mines of Kentucky to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul, standing right beside me through everything I'd done, and every night she kept me from the cold. Then somewhere near Salinas, Lord, I let her slip away. She was looking for the home I hope she'd find. Well, I'd trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday, holding Bobby's body close to mine. I tell you now, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, and nothing ain't worth nothing but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues, and feeling good was good enough for me. Yeah, good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. Let's go again. Yeah. Feeling's just another word for nothing left to lose, and nothing ain't worth nothing but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues, and feeling good was good enough for me. Oh yeah, good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. Yeah, it was good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. I can see her now. Oh, it was feeling good enough for me and my Bobby McGee.
That's right.
You know, if you'll notice at the top there, guys, Fred Foster, Chris's producer, got full co-writer credit for that song. Do you know why?
He sang the na 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 kids, Nays kids.
No. Zip it. No.
I had to get my Janice out, man.
I had to. He came up with the title.
Had to get my Janice out.
All he did was come up with the title. He got full co-writer credit.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Still walking to the mailbox.
Yeah.
That's all you need, just one.
Collecting that check.
Still 1970. And again, I believe this song was first released by... Anyway, Ray Price was not the first to release it. But once he heard it, here's how the story goes. He goes to his producer and says, I have found the song to break my 11-year drought of number ones. He had not had a number one in 11 years until he released this song. And he turned out to be exactly right. And Ray Price became his version became the definitive version of this song. And but 1970, what a year for Chris Christopherson.
He's still going strong, isn't he?
I'm telling you. Oh, let's talk about y'all's gigs real quick. I know Avon's at City Cafe at 9 in the morning or 10?
9 in the morning.
Till?
11.
9 to 11. And you and
Elaine and Everett Brown.
Everett Brown.
And sometime we have special guests that sit in with us and play. But
well, tell them hey for me.
I sure will.
Yeah.
See if they'll give me permission to be a special guest.
Oh, yes, you know.
Oh, yeah. And Mickey, you're loaded up with gigs.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, tonight, Sophia's off the square in downtown Woodbury, Tennessee.
All right.
And then tomorrow night, Rockin' Country is back in Manchester at Country Junction.
Give us the times.
Both shows start at 6:30. We love them early gigs, man.
Hey, oh, yeah. At your age, you love
the older we get, the earlier the gigs get.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys know Joe Carr, of course.
Yeah.
Joe was a client of mine for
Mayor
years
Joe.
and a friend. And years ago, when he built his house out in Las Casas, he had a housewarming party. And I came to it. And I come up with very few original lines. Y'all know that. I plagiarize most everything I come up with that I think smart. But this was one of my few original lines. I'm leaving the party. It's about 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock. I said, I got to go. So I'm out in front yard with Joe, and all these kids start coming in to the party.
Mm-hmm.
And this thought came to me. And I said, Joe, you know how to know when you're getting old? He said, how, Johnny B? I said, when you leave a party before you used to even arrive.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the same way with these gigs. When you start a gig, before you even used to arrive at it is when you know you're getting out there, right, Mick?
Yes, right.
So.
But what's cool, though, we seem to have more people showing up for the early gigs than I remember for the late gigs.
That's because they're old codgers like you are.
So
And
it's cool, man.
they're listening a lot more.
Yeah.
They're paying attention.
Number one by Ray Price, 1970. Another incredible, scorching song for 1970 by Chris Christopherson. Don't look so sad. I know it's over. But this life goes on, and this old world will keep on turning. Let's just be glad we had some time to spend together. There's no need to watch the bridges that were burning. Lay your head up on my pillow. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops blowing soft against the window, and make believe you love me one more time. For the good times I'll get along,
little doggy.
You'll find another, and we're doing so good. And I'll be here if you should find you ever need me. Don't say a word about tomorrow or forever. There'll be time enough for sadness when you leave me. Lay your head up on my pillow. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops falling soft against the window, and make believe you love me one more time. For the good times, lay your head up on my pillow. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops blowing soft against the window.
Yes, John.
And make believe you love me.
I love you, Johnny B.
One more time. For the good times. For the good times. Oh, yes. For the good times.
And by the way, you can get them pillows 2 for $1 this month only. While they last.
Is that my pillow? Oh, man.
Good morning, Nancy. Hope you're having a great day, baby.
Is that Nancy Woodall?
Yes, it
is.
is.
She's a faithful, dear lady.
Oh, man.
Hey, Vant, we're going to take her up to B flat, but don't B flat, okay?
I'll try.
And I numbered it for you, even though I know you don't need it. I did anyway, but I got to check my tuning with this capo on so y'all can chat just a second, since y'all were determined to interrupt that gorgeous song with tomfoolery.
Hey, man, it's Fun Day Friday. Come on now. But I did not know this next song Chris wrote. I would have sworn that since Waylon Jennings made it a hit, he wrote it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris recorded it first. And
I think what's interesting is Shel Silverstein's a co-writer.
Yeah,
in that.
he co-wrote. He did co-write. Real interesting co-writer he had on a very famous song. But we'll talk about in just a second, Lord willing.
But let me remind everybody, See, Tommy and Nene's anniversary is all weekend long, so tonight at Sophia's, we're going to celebrate it, and tomorrow night in Manchester at Country Junction, we're going to celebrate it, and we're just going to have a big old time.
Yeah.
Big old time.
Big old time.
Good folks. Bring other good folks.
What if I showed up to sing him an anniversary
Well,
song?
come on.
You think that would be
Shoot, man.
appropriate?
I think Delenn's going to stop by.
Is he?
Yeah. Hello, Delenn. He is watching, by the way, guys. Morning, man.
Delenn.
Morning, brother.
Delenn, are you defunct?
And I
Or are
enjoyed
you just Delenn?
He's just funky.
Yeah. And I enjoyed hanging out with our buddy Shane last night.
Yeah.
At Dwayne's Bar and Grill. He's there every Thursday night. And he let me sit in and play a few and just had a large time with all the guys.
Chris would not deny this if we could actually get him on the phone right now, that Waylon Jennings' version of this was 10 times at least better than Chris's own version of his own song. But I love the way, I've loved this song a long time, even before I ever knew it was Chris Christopherson's song. I just love the way Waylon sang the thing.
Yeah,
It was
he nailed it, man.
He just nailed the fire out of it. And I don't know what that thing is about Waylon's voice. He had that kind of, something about it. All of those, all singers have a distinctive thing in their voice. The ones that are really real deals, and he had a distinctive thing. As soon as you heard him, that's Waylon. You know.
And I've got to mention this because we're all band guys, but Waylon Jennings' band at the time was, God, man, I don't know how he handpicked each one of them, but one of the best out there, man.
I tell you what, I was watching some videos of him. And he wasn't no slouch picker himself.
Oh, no,
You know, he played bass for Buddy Holly on that last Faithful tour and had a seat on that airplane, which he gave up to the Big Bopper.
And that was his hand on the Dukes of Hazzard theme song.
Yes, that's right. He did write that song. He did write that one. Waylon wrote several of them.
Oh, well, good for him.
He wrote several number ones of his, too.
Yeah, I think it's one of his
He wasn't a prolific songwriter, but he would, when he'd put his pen to paper on a song, he could do it.
One of his first one was a tune called Green River.
I remember Green River.
It's a great tune, and nobody thinks about that, and then they hear it goes, oh, yeah. Man,
well, I think of Green River, Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah, that's what happens there.
We got to hustle up here. He's a giver, and he'll give her the kind of attention that she's never known. Oh, he's a helper, and he'll help her to open the doors that she can't on her own. And he's a lover, and he'll love her in ways that she never has been loved before. He's a getter, and he'll get her by getting her into the world she's been hungering for. He's a charmer, and he'll charm her with money and manners that I never learned. And he's a leader, and he'll lead her across pretty bridges he's planning to burn. Oh, and he's a talker, and he'll talk her right off of her feet, but he won't talk for long. 'Cause he's a doer, and he'll do her the way I never did, and I'll be damned if he won't do her wrong. 'Cause he's a taker, and he'll take her to places and make her fly higher than she's ever dared to. He'll take his time before taking advantage, taking her easy and slow. And after he's taken the body and soul that she gives him, he'll take her for granted. Then he'll take off and leave her taking all of her pride when he goes again. Yes, he's a taker, and he'll take her to places and make her fly higher than she's ever dared to. He'll take his time before taking advantage of, taking her easy and slow. And after he's taken the body and soul that she gives him, he'll take her for granted. Then he'll take off and leave her, taking all of her pride when he goes. Then he'll take off and leave her, taking all her pride when he goes.
Now, you know who I would like to have heard do this song?
Who's that?
I mean, Waylon nailed it, don't get me wrong. But does it not have a Marty Robbins feel to it?
Oh, yes.
I mean,
and you know what?
I mean, hey, dude.
You've made me think of something. I got to look. He may have covered this.
Well, if he has, I'm going to look it up on YouTube, because I playing that just then I went, dang.
Oh, yeah. That chorus,
nailed it too,
the chorus,
man. Yeah.
It just sounds just like Marty.
Yeah.
With those.
So that would be so
I tell you who else would have done a fine job with it. Merle Haggard. I can hear Merle in it,
dude,
too.
Merle can sing the phone book.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about my all-time favorite country music singer right there.
Is that right?
Yeah, Merle's my man.
Yeah, he's something.
He's my man.
I can go along with that. He's
You
right
ever
up
see
there
that
in mine.
YouTube video where Merle,
when he's imitating Marty.
Marty, I mean, sound just like Marty's
Singing
looking
Devil
at him,
Woman.
and
Yeah.
Marty's looking at him going, "What?"
Well, I see my lovely wife Connie's watching us. Morning, babe. They are in Birmingham with my youngest daughter Abby and granddaughter Haley for a big softball tournament. So good luck, ladies.
Ah, yeah.
Good luck, ladies.
Well, folks, here's the song. Also 1970. Was that a year for Chris Christopherson or what? This is the song Johnny Cash heard on that tape after Chris landed that helicopter and got his attention.
This is also the song that Johnny Cash's TV producers said, do not do that line.
Do not
Johnny
say
Cash said, he wrote it this way, I'm singing it that way.
He debuted this song on his TV show. That was
Yes.
the debut of the song.
Yes.
And they said, do not say, wishing I was stoned. And he said, you can put it where the sun don't shine. I am doing the song.
Yes.
And they said, it's either no show. If you want this show to be taped tonight, we'll do it my way. And they went, okay.
Yeah, of course.
Good for Johnny Cash. Yeah. They gave him grief when he wanted to have, on one of maybe his very first or one of his early shows, have Bob Dylan on. They gave him grief about that.
Wow.
And he said,
shove it.
What's the name of this show? He said, remind me the name of this show.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
What a song. If anything demonstrates the songwriting genius of Chris Christopherson, this one does. Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Then I fumbled in my closet, through my clothes, and found my cleanest dirty shirt. Then I washed my face and combed my hair and stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. I'd smoked my mind the night before with cigarettes and songs I'd been picking. But I lit my first and watched a small kid playing with a can that he was kicking. Then I walked across the street and caught the Sunday smell of someone frying chicken. And Lord, it took me back to something that I lost somewhere, somehow along the way. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, I'm wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying that's half as lonesome as the sound, 2 pages, of a sleeping city sidewalk and Sunday morning coming down. In the park I saw a daddy with a laughing little girl that he was swinging. And I stopped beside a Sunday school and listened to the songs that they were singing. Then I headed down the street, and somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing, and it echoed through the canyons like the disappearing dreams of yesterday. On the Sunday morning sidewalk, Lord, I'm wishing I was stoned, 'cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound of the sleeping city sidewalk. And Sunday morning coming down.
That's the one.
Well, unfortunately, folks, I think we're out of time. We'll have to save two of Chris's songs.
Can you do one and we come back after a break?
Yeah, we can. So we probably ought to skip to, even though I love this song, Loving Her
The
Just
property
Easier.
assessor's office is listening in.
All right, let's skip over.
Good morning, Kenny P.
Let's just skip over to Why Me Lord, 1973.
Oh.
Oh, after the break, sure.
Looking for a charming home close to downtown and MTSU? Look no further than this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 0-lot line at 1341 Sharon Court. This home features a spacious living room, an open kitchen, and a primary suite on the main floor. It could be perfect for a family or a couple who wants to live in the middle of everything while still in a private neighborhood. Call for a showing today, 615-542-1915. I'm Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates.
This is Dr. David Morris with Magnolia Medical Center. Do you suffer from peripheral neuropathy in your hands or feet, burning pain, balance problems, and decreased quality of life? Magnolia Medical Center can help.
Magnolia Medical Center in Murfreesboro. Online at magnoliamedicalcenters.com.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstireprostn.com.
Hello, class. I'm from the Tennessee Lottery and your substitute professor for the next 30 seconds. So where do proceeds from playing the Tennessee Lottery go? If you answered education, you're at the top of your class. The Tennessee Lottery has raised more than $6.8 billion for education programs like Hope Scholarships, Tennessee Promise, and much more. Now for some easy homework, go to tnlottery.com and see how the Tennessee Lottery helps students.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
And we're back for one last song. Thank you, Brian, for allowing that. We're going to do what arguably is Chris Christopherson's most famous song and most successful song. It was definitely, as a recording artist himself, it was his only number one, and it was huge. And for some reason, it hit number one, not in just the U.S., but other countries. South Africa, for example, it was number one on the charts. When they do the year-end charts of the overall number one, it was still number one in South Africa. Wow. And but in 1973, he was invited. I think Connie Smith was the main invitor, but he was invited by some friends in the industry to go to Reverend Jimmy Snow's evangelical temple, I forget how you say that, and go to Sunday worship. And that's Hank Snow's son, Reverend Jimmy Snow. And Chris found himself in the audience despite his success, he was at the lowest emotional time of his life, he said. And when Reverend Jimmy Snow said, "Does anybody out there feel lost? If you do, raise your hand." Involuntarily, Chris all of a sudden said, "My hand's in the air." He said this was the most surreal experience he ever had. And then he said, "How many of y'all are ready to accept Jesus? If you are, come kneel right here." And all of a sudden, Chris, he couldn't even remember walking up there, but said, all of a sudden, I'm kneeling right there. And if you hear him tell this story personally, which it's on some videos, it's an incredible story of his conversion and acceptance of Christ. And Larry Gatlin was there, a fledgling musician, who sang a song, "Help Me, Lord," during the service before Jimmy Snow's sermon, and that inspired him. And who's singing back up on the record? Larry Gatlin. And who is his wife-to-be from Lafayette, Tennessee? Oh, come on, help me. She was a star in her own right. Oh, I'll think of it at the end. Dang it. They were married about 9 years, or 7 years. Why me, Lord? What have I ever done to deserve even one of the pleasures I've known? Rita Coolidge. Tell me, Lord, what did I ever do that was worth loving you, or the kindness you've shown? Lord, help me, Jesus, I've wasted it, so help me, Jesus, I know what I am. But now that I know that I've needed you, so help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Try me, Lord. If you think there's a way I can try to repay all I've taken from you, maybe, Lord, I can show someone else what I've been through myself on my way back to you. Lord, help me, Jesus, I've wasted it, so help me, Jesus, I know what I am. But now that I know that I've needed you, so help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Lord, help me, Jesus, I've wasted it, so help me, Jesus, I know what I am. But now that I know that I've needed you, so help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, WGNS. Thank you, WGNS listeners, you sponsors, all you wonderful fans. God bless you. I will not be here next week, guys. I'll be in Costa Rica
Are you celebrating?
For the wedding of my son Ben on July 1st, so y'all got to cover.
All right, brother.
God bless you.
Happy Friday.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson